dirt, building my dome. Concrete walls, yeah, it's my home. Stockpile stacked with rations tight. Prep for the dark, we'll light the fight. Forage the woods, take what I need. Off-grid living, no time for greed. Barter goods in the shadow shade. Tactical steps in plans I've laid. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepared for the fall. Yeah, prepared for it all. Generators hum, a comforting sound. Blackout nights when chaos surrounds. Seeds in jars, yeah, we're growing life. Homestead and strong in a time of strife. No high-tech wires, no web to roam. Resilience beats the world unknown. Hands in the soil, hearts in the fight. Staying ready every day, every night. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Back through the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Prepare for it all. When central power rules the game, when thoughts controlled in freedom's name, when the governed lose to government might, tell me who's got the wrong kind of Reich.
Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, I am good to go. 5x5s will be appreciated. Shoot it, and I shall catch it. Okay, so getting the morning started. Let's do this right. Let's do this right. Oh, you know what? It's not telling me. I think Rose was first. I think it's blocked by the poll. Yeah, I think Rose was first. First, Tim Luther. Number 2, Cindy, you are deterred. We got West Virginia Pappy. What else we got here? We got Deanna. Who's in there? You guys are just yapping away. I can't even tell who's in here. We got Bob Peta showing up. Tina Price showed up. Catitude. Haven't seen you forever. Ian's in the house. Fishing guy. What do we got here? There we go. Okay, so it looks like everybody's in there. It looks like everybody's already actively participating in the poll. The poll question this morning was, are you prepared for this winter storm? 81% say yes. 6% say kinda. 6% say no. 6% says it doesn't affect me. Well, I mean, in the military, if it's an 80 or higher, it's a pass. So I think we're good to go. For the people that come in lower, then well, I guess we'll find out. We'll find out. We're gonna run this for an hour, and you know what happens! Exclamation point. Start that goal. We're gonna get that fired up. All right, so yeah, it's been kind of a crazy week. It's been kind of a crazy week, and I think you guys kind of know why. Kind of know why. We've got everything from Davos, El Presidente, nut bags everywhere, ice agents beating 5-year-old children, and everything with the tag allegedly. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. So finding some really, really good stuff in there. Also, do me a favor, guys. I want you to put your current temperature. Fishing guy, Canada. Canada's always got to pay that tariff. 6.99. Thank you very much. Make sure everybody gives a thumbs up to Mr. Canada. I know he's just there. He's there by birth and he loves his country, but you know what? There's some messed up stuff going on up there. Yeah, everybody, guys, make sure that you put your everybody. Ian, right now, everybody's trying to figure out how to put that degree sign on all of their numbers. Don't let that slow you guys down. I understand the F. Hell, I don't even need the letter. I just need the number. So make sure you put the temperature, your current temperature there, and everything will be hunky dory. To be fair, looks like Tim is back in the game. He's at it again, guys. Make sure you guys give Tim a thumbs up for providing that $5 of sustainment. I'll be able to feed my cats this week. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to refresh this. And let's see here currently. And then I'm going to make all your little brains hurt. 58, but icing up this weekend. Gotcha, Catitude. But no snow. 14 wind chill, 33. Let's see here. Where is that sucker hiding at? We're going to put that right there. National Weather Service. Hit that button. Boom. Look at that. So yeah, currently it's 38 degrees here on the Eastern Shore. All of our national weather comes out of Wakefield, Virginia. It's all predictatory, but we're right on the snow line. It's kind of weird. So if you guys didn't know this, Tim, don't start your shit, Tim. My coffee. My coffee's nowhere to be found. The hell. There we go. I think so. Tim's gonna play the game. All right. So yeah, unfortunately, the goal is 5 this morning, and we're only at 4. So ha 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 ha. Got you. Got you, man. Let's see here. But seriously, let's see here. Back to the screen. And National Weather Service covers this area, but we're right on the snow line. So we're not supposed to be. Oh, oh, oh. Now I've got to wear this freaking hat for 51 minutes. Tim, I know where you live, bro. I know where you live. Okay, let's see here. Ah, get it on. Get it on. There it is. There it is. I'm gonna come up. I need a new hat. And why is it always you two? It's always you two. You guys ever notice that? It's always Tim and Ian. They're always pushing my buttons. Okay, so check this out. So this is the Eastern Shore of Virginia. We're going to minimize this. And right now I've got it. There's basically 2 counties. You have this county and you have this county. So the mark is like right there. Watch this. If I go down south here to like Cape Charles, boom, and I click that right there, the map moves and it's 42 degrees and it's a little less whatever. It's like just Saturday and Sunday, right? So 42. Tonight's high is going to be 18, but if I slide all the way up here to the Maryland border, Exmoor, Parksley, we got to slide up here to the Maryland border. Pacha, we're going to click that right there. And let's see what's currently 39 degrees and a little bit of a change, But watch this. If I go right to the middle The middle of like where the counties are connected in Exmoor. So I'm going to click right there. Bam. Yeah, a little bit different, you know. I used to vacation on Corolla Beach. There you go. There you go. Make sure nothing important's coming in on the phone. All right. So with all that said, I wanted to throw that out to you guys. Sounds pretty nice. I know, right? Just Michelle. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna get down to like 14 degrees tomorrow, or tonight, and then tomorrow's high is 27, and then tomorrow night's high is 19, and then it immediately starts to like warm up a little bit. But Sunday night's questionable because they have a high of 27 degrees. But it's like it's definitely got a 100% chance of snow on Saturday night, and then some on Sunday, and then again on Monday. So it's like during the daytime, it's gonna try and do all that kind of stuff. Said, only 8 minutes late. What are you talking about, Brad? Oh, you got your well, yes. I don't know if you guys saw this, but I actually put it out on X yesterday. So when I did that live stream yesterday, I got the notification an hour and 4 minutes after the live stream kicked off. I was like, "What the hell, YouTube?" I got zero response, and YouTube support is normally pretty active on X. You know, if you ping them on X, if you like poke them in the eye on X, they normally respond. Crickets, crickets. All right, so looking at the chat here, let's see here. Maybe you need to add some cotton or foam to your hat. No, these kind of hats, these play hats, these plastic play hats, they're literally just enough to fit your head, just enough to fit your head. So there's no room. We are the Poobah clan. Let's see here. Don't forget, Fishing Guy was first to donate. Of course, Cindy. Of course. I name them all out as they come in. Six feels like -15. I got you, Scott. What's going on, Scott? I used to vacation, and we talked about that. Just Michelle sounds pretty nice. Matthew says, just Michelle, I'm hoping it doesn't follow back to KC this afternoon. Forecast doesn't look good. Yeah, there's a lot of, I don't want to spend a lot of time on the weather because I feel like a lot of preppers are just regurgitating that. It's like, it's like, do me a favor, put a one in the chat if you've been seeing a lot of the prep tubers talking about the weather and how to prepare. It's like, if you're a prepper, you know how to frickin' prepare. You already know you've got all your water, food, and security. You already know you got your heaters lined up. You already know you got your power backups. You already know you got lots of blankets. Hell, you got a kerosene heater. You already know these things, right? Why we got to hear about that crap from the prep tubers? That could be my new spiel. I'm just so tired of it. I'm just so like absolutely tired of we went from doom and gloom to like, oh, now it's the weather. I mean, what's it going to be next week, you know? Talk about things that are relevant. Now, my Friday live streams are almost all political. They're almost all political because that's the one time a week that I can like, bleh, you know what I'm saying? Like get it out. I'm fully restrained all week long, making you videos that you don't frickin' watch. Rose says, haven't really watched that any but you this week. I love you, Rose. I love you. You need to tell your friends to stop watching everybody else and just watch me because I need that. We do watch them. Kerosene heater or electric heater for your prepper bunker? Both. How about both? How about having flexibility? Kerosene heaters are inherently dangerous to enclosed environments. However, I did grow up in a house where we had a what do they call them? What do they call them? They're called the hat tops stoves, kerosene heaters. Sorry, my nose is doing weird stuff. Um, we had it in it. It was there was a big round circle in the ceiling from where it burned every winter. Um, basically we would repaint the ceiling every summer. But anyway, yeah, and no one died. And yes, it can be it can be dangerous if you don't know what you're doing. So let's see here. Kerosene heater doubles as a stove. That's true. Just a regular guy. I don't recognize you. Thanks for subscribe, Broseph. Subscribe. Let's see here. Carbon monoxide detectors and smoke detectors and fire extinguishers. 100%, Cindy. 100%. All right, so let me hit F11 this page over here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about this. And we're going to go and hit it. We're not going to talk a lot about it. I'm going to mute this and blow my nose. 1 second. I don't know what is going on with my nose today, but it is a thing. All right, so if you guys didn't know this, I'm not going to make a big thing about it. I predicted it that silver would go to over $100. Um, where are we at here? $100 per ounce. Why are you not? There we go. And so, basically all the prep tubers leaped on it this morning. It was hilarious. I think I was watching Kentucky Sustainable Living and he talked about it for like 2 minutes. That was it. There's like entire videos from these prep tubers that are like, oh my God, and silver this and silver that, and didn't even give you one lick of advice or one piece of knowledge that was even useful. Let me help you with that right now. If you own silver like me, I bought into silver when it was between $16 and $17 an ounce. My silver is now worth more. It's worth more. It doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. It just means it's worth more. Right now, me personally, I would not buy at $100 because the price is almost guaranteed to go down. But holding on to your physical silver is extremely important because this is a hedge against economic problems. Okay, guys? Hold on to that silver. If you want to buy more, you go right ahead. Silver may go up, it may go down, it may level out. But remember that the price of silver is also always based on spot. That's why they say follow the spot. Also, it's not based on people hoarding it, okay? The price of silver is based on the needs of silver in industry. And your paper silver, trying to cash it in right now, you might want to do it because once the starts to go through the roof, the only thing they will care about is the physical silver that they can put into new cell phones and electric cars. Now you know that. Now you have been educated on silver instead of just going, oh my God, look, silver's over $100. Like I said, the only person I saw do it right was Jason over at Kentucky Sustainable Living, which is where I hang out on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. If you didn't know that, you should be there. That's where the cool people are. So keep an eye on it. Maintain your grip on your silver. This is not a prop. This is actually a gift from Jester Dooms from It's Doomsday podcast. If you didn't know, I'm actually part of that too. Those come out every Monday. And he gave me that years ago for showing up and helping him at his booth in almost 3 years ago, I think. When everybody, like all the people that said that they were showing up, all his followers that said they were showing up to help, they showed up, they shook his hands, and then they walked away. They did nothing for the guy. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and get off of that. I'm gonna go ahead and we've done the weather, we've done the spot, a little bit of happy stuff, a little bit happy stuff. One of our followers, he's actually in the. If you guys didn't know this, there's prepper camp. There you go, West Virginia Pappy. Was that the year I met? No, that was the year I met. I don't think I met you that. Did I ever meet you, West Virginia Pappy? I feel like I have. I think I have you confused with the other guy, former Marine. I met him that year. He's the one who passed away at the or the either the end or beginning of this of 2025. God, I really wish I could remember his name. His wife reached out. Anyway, so I wanted to share this with you guys. If you guys didn't know this, if you are not a member and you're looking at all of these like where you can see where they have like color coded local prepper squares. That means these people are members. And we have a members Discord. If you want to be part of that, I recommend that you get in. Well, in order to get in on it, you got to be at the Doomsday level prepper minimum. But that's the odd news. The smart news is that that's you get everything. You get access to everything at that level. Okay. And that's not even the highest level. Um, but I got this got posted in the Discord this morning. Absolutely love it. I'm gonna hit the button here. Oh, you guys can see it. There we go. And this comes from Brad. Brad. I can tell you, man, all I did was sit there and laugh and smile at that mug this morning. That's all I did was sit there and laugh and just it truly made me smile. Also, is that green tape? What's green tape used for? I'm I mean, I do the painting with the blue stuff and masking tape is normally tan. What's the significance of the green tape? Inquiring minds want to know. But that picture right there made me Light Raider. That was it, right? You're Alan, you're absolutely right. It was Light Raider. Light Raider passed away. But Brad, absolutely perfect Friday. Perfect Friday. Everything about the rest of the today for me, guys, is all gonna be gravy because that mug made me so happy. All right, so let's go ahead and push this button. Uh, the new version of the blue paint tape. Oh, I got you. I got you. All right, let's look at the chat here real quick, and then we'll jump to some stories because there's a lot of stories out there and some things that you guys need to be aware of. AI generated stuff is 100% out of control. If you have seen an AI generated video that is so ridiculous that someone has just like, this is really happening right now. Put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat because we're going to cover a couple of those. I feel like I need to like call out these idiots and let people know that they're just too dumb. They're just not they're not too cool for school. That's for sure. Let's see here. Just Michelle says I couldn't go stock up because I already am stocked 100%. 100%. Let's see here. We do watch them. Gotcha, Cindy. Kerosene heater doubles as a stove. Carbon monoxide detectors. We have propane and electric. Tina, there you go. Seen you in front of Tina. You've been up to Tina. I actually met Tina out at Kentucky Sustainable Living. Uh, what was it? Just 2 years ago. Nice lady. Nice lady. But yeah, that's I think those are the two best backups, electric and propane. Everything else is like it's not I don't think it's scalable or truly controllable. Kerosene is the old go-to, but I don't have any kerosene here. I used to, but I don't do it anymore. So let's see here. Rose says we had the same one farm, but they're two not sealed, and in new homes you could see the curtains move. There you go. Oops says 300 is the mark. I first bought at $7 an ounce. Wow, Oops. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. And I am in live chat. Oops. Let's see here. Prepper camp. Nope. Did you know it's always, did you know it's always, why does this hat always seem like it's crooked? I don't know. Maybe it's the way it sits. Maybe my head is like bent or something, and I'm not aware of it. I always try to like get it on my eyebrow line. That's how they taught us in the Marine Corps, like right there. Boom. Feels weird, like feels all canted and weird. Maybe I need to wear it like this. No, I don't like. I'm gonna wear it down like this. There, I think it looks better like that. There we go. Let's see here. I believe you're talking about Light Raider, new version of the blue paint. Got all the ones, 10 not to. Waiting for the run up. Yeah, but you gotta keep an eye on that because that run up can go really, really fast. Really fast. I have propane, kerosene, small wood stove. Main heat is electric. There you go. Your head is bent. I know, right? I know. How do you know? How do you like your head is? How do you know if your head is bent? That and the foil doesn't look right, like right there. There's something about it. I think it's time for a new hat. We've got a few others, but they're not as good as this one. They're not as good as this one. All right, so we did the cup thing. Um, something it's not truly affecting us, but there's some stuff going on in the world that you might want to know about. Dent and bent. Yes, probably. So if you guys didn't know this, this is actually comes from ground.news. If you guys aren't a member of ground.news, you should actually contemplate doing it because they'll let you look at two or three things. But if you're really into news or actually finding out the facts about things, then you probably need to get an account with these guys. I do have an account with them. I'm also an affiliate. There's a link in the description. But you only save money if you get like a year's worth and it's not expensive. It's not expensive at all. Anyway, I like it because I can look stuff up in the search bar. and it'll find all the stories based off of who's like if they're sent if the story's centrist or if it's to the left. Sometimes it's way over here. Notice there's nothing way over here, right? But this story, prominent Chinese super embassy. Wait a minute, I didn't say that right. Super embassy sends certain messages. U.S. Speaker Mike Johnson says. So the bottom line is ahead of the his address to the UK Parliament on Tuesday. Mike Johnson, Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. I didn't know Mike Johnson went over just uh, to address the UK Parliament. Did anybody know that the Speaker of the House went to address the UK Parliament? What? Anyway, criticizing China securing Royal Mint Court. This is kind of prominent, and I'll show you why. Saying the large embassy near sensitive cables sends a concerning message, and he wished the U.S. had taken the site. Guys, if you don't know where that is, you're like, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So this is going to be the embassy, the Chinese embassy. They're calling it the mega embassy in downtown London. Yeah. These are pictures of it. You got to go through those gates to get into it. But check this out. This is how big it really is. Let me see if I can find. Oh, there we go. Boom. That's how big it is. And it's right across the street from the town. Let's see if I find a better picture. That one's awful. Let me see these. Let me see if we can get. There we go. You know, all the pictures, all these buildings are showing, they're just that building. Like that building is just that building right there. Okay. This entire complex, that's going to be the Chinese embassy in the UK. Tell me that's not a problem. Tell me that's not an absolute 100% problem. This is bigger than the Palace grounds in the UK, in London. Wow. So why would they need such a thing? Why would they need such a footprint? I don't know. They want to hold balls and galas and oh my God, what? What? No, no, no. That back building is like 6 stories tall. Why do they need that? Well, it's probably so that they can spy and control things and whatever. So they can establish a footprint in Europe that has a lease. Yeah. Lots of room for surveillance equipment. That's an understatement, my friend. That's an understatement. That's a total understatement. All right, so let's go ahead and fix that picture right there. Let's fix that picture right there. And let's see. I guess I'm entertaining you because there's like 20 people in you, and you guys are all just like quiet. You're all just quiet. You're all super duper quiet. I think I know what needs to happen. If you love your country, put a one in the chat. America. I'm gonna drink some coffee. I'm gonna talk some smack, and I'm gonna pay some bills. But I'm not even gonna change the screen. And here's why. Guys, I've been working. I've been friends with Jason over at Kentucky Sustainable Living for about 3 years now. Just made some new and concerning. Canada just made some new. Yep, I forgot to talk about that, Alan. I forgot to talk about that. Um, but I will definitely add that. Let me finish this up. Like I said, I've known Jason from Kentucky Sustainable Living for 3 years now. And they have recently started to branch out a bit and starting to sell things in the preparedness community that actually like make sense. All right. Traditionally, what happens when somebody tries to start a store, okay, in for preppers, it's normally Chinese junk. It's normally like this stuff's going to get you killed. It's going to have, like they're going to have like the little, if it was a first aid kit, it would have like the little patch. That's the most prominent thing about those Chinese first aid kits is the little Red Cross patch. You know what I'm saying? First aid kit, tickle, and no, okay. So he sent me kit. I've been looking at it, and wow. Absolutely. Wow. Let me tell you why. Now, first and foremost, you guys know that I affiliate for many medical companies, and I do because I'm constantly in that space and paying attention to the new things that are coming out, the new ideas that are coming out. And yeah, guys, this is the bleed control kits from Kentucky Sustainable Living. No, this is not QVC. This is not eBay. That's not what I'm doing. I'm simply telling you about this kit. And here's why. The first thing that caught my attention was that right there. If you don't know what that is right there, you have no business buying first aid kits. Really caught my attention. And what this basically is this is a very high end blood control kit or trauma kit without all the tactical stuff. Now, if you need the tactical stuff, go on over to a different company. I spiel for them as well. You guys know I love that company. Okay. But what I'm telling you is that I can buy this, okay, which meets four of the five pieces of the March algorithm. Okay. Does the same exact, well, to an extent. It's hard to put the variable on it, but the bottom line is that kit's $89. That kit's $89, guys, and there's no Chinese crap in it. So there is a link in the description. Be adults, do what you're going to do. My code will get you 10% off. $89 minus 10%. Guys, do the math. Do the math. So that's what I'm going to say about that. I'm not going to talk smack about anybody else. I'm not going to tell you this is the best or that's the best. I'm going to tell you for $89 minus 10%, it's really that simple. So make sure you guys, when you get done watching this video, do the research. Okay. What are you pointing at? Too small, too small. What are you talking about? Oh, okay. I'll tell you what it is. So inside this kit, guys, see that? Do you guys, you think that's really too small to see? Let me get the glare off that. Can you guys read that word on there? Can you read what that says? Can you see what that is? Okay. Yep. That's a cat tourniquet. This, all right, this orange thingamabobby right here is a Schlesman, okay? And it was originally designed as a tourniquet for children, but it can be used on animals. It can be used on some small wounds. It can be used on a lot of different things. And the fact that I have two different tourniquet options inside of a kit that's $89. Guys, a cat tourniquet is $37. Cat tourniquet is $37. Do the math. Okay, so we're gonna get off that. What's up, KP? Good to see you. KP Heathen. Haven't seen you in like why aren't you a member, KP? Why is everybody else's color brilliant and yours is gray? Anyway, so there's a link in the description. Be adults. It is payday. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and check the poll here real quick. And let's see here. The poll says, are you prepared for the winter storm? 73% say yes. 14% say kinda. 5% say no. That's the scary one. It's like, if you put no, I gave you the option to say it doesn't affect me. But if you said you said no, I mean, you're not a prepper. I appreciate you watching, and I will ask you to continue to watch. But you're definitely not a prepper. If you say no, you're not allowed to say no just because you don't have milk and eggs. You know what I'm saying? You're not allowed to say that because if you really want that, you should have like some powdered milk and some powdered eggs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You should definitely have something. All right, so we're gonna hit the letter X on this bad boy right here, and we're gonna talk about some of the ridiculousness that is happening out there. I don't know why my feed always goes to U.S. Central Command for some reason, and I don't know why. So we're gonna push this button. I think they've got me pegged, man. They've got me pegged. Can I get rid of this? No, I can't get rid of this. Is that X? Is that home? What is that? All right. So breaking domestic terrorist William Kelly immediately starts crying and asking multiple questions as soon as he is arrested. His huff persona disappeared as soon as consequences for his actions hit him. William Kelly was dishonorably discharged from the military. He's never seen combat. He is a fraud. Okay, guys, this picture is AI. All right. I'm telling you right now, this picture is AI. And if you've never seen anything where it says rate community notes, that means that you're not part of the program where you get to give your opinion on these things because you are the stuffs. Taco, good to see you, Broseph. Oh yeah, he's nuts. He's the guy who's like, "Come get me," and then he came and arrested him. He's like, "Uh-oh." All right, so this is actually I'm looking at this picture, guys. This is an AI picture. See that right there? This is an AI picture. All right. Let's see here. What do we got? Best 99 fail, breaking. Sweden's pension fund just pulled most of its money out of U.S. treasuries. Norway oil funds should do the same. Okay, so gee, I wonder who made this lie. Anyway, let's see here. We're talking. This is all Greenland stuff. How did we get to Greenland stuff? Marriage license applications. Elon Omar. Yeah, she married her brother. We know she did. Oh, justice wins. This is not. This is all literally. Uh, Joe Biden is the only president in the last decade who never started a war. Right? You said there is so much false stuff out there. It's not even funny. The biggest one I've seen, and the one that kind of got me a little keyed off here. I'm trying to scroll past this junk, to be honest with you. You know what? Maybe it's in my home feed. That guy's a loser. Um, Let me see if I can find it because this thing will fill up so fast. Hopefully, seizure warning, seizure warning. I want to get to the stuff that I was looking at this morning. Hello. Anyway, uh, let's see. Shalom. Okay, come on. Let's get to the stuff. What was that about? What is this? What is this? Oh, it's an AC-130 gunship lighting stuff up. This is fake. Um, Come on, come on. Okay, so I guess let's see here. House passes bill with loads of Doge cuts that were tossed from one big beautiful field. I did vote for this. This did actually happen, but look how many Democrat votes are on there. They got something that they wanted. I don't know what it was, but they got something that they wanted. I haven't even paid. If you know what they got that they wanted, put it in the chat. Hollywood doesn't need actors with AO. That's true. Wow, it's the first time seeing in the tinfoil horned helmet. I know, right? Ah. All right, let's see here. What's this other stuff? Ice killed by ice, died. Okay, don't care. What do we got here? We got cops being careful. Okay. Blocked in a library. That's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about this 5-year-old. This one is really kind of bothering me. All right. So, and I'm trying to remember what this guy's name is. That may be him right there. Okay. But this is the cop. This is the giant crying tough guy cop. That something happened. I don't remember exactly what it was. He's from January 6th, and he showed up yesterday. Actually, he was invited by the left during a hearing that had nothing to do with January 6th, so that the left could sit there and point to those brave patriots in the back row. And apparently, one of the people that doesn't like him showed up in a suit and tie and started talking to him, and he lost his shit. He just kind of like, wow. What's up, city? City on a hill. I like that. Rome, right? City on a hill. That's Rome, right? You know that. Vegan, good to see you. Good to see you. Repent, Jesus is coming. If you've been paying attention, Jesus is already here. But anyway, so this guy has been like running the gamut. I really wish I knew his name. Also, I did watch the majority of the Jack Smith testifying yesterday. He really stuck to his guns, but he's got to tell. He's got to tell. Whenever he had like this piece of paper, right? And whenever somebody would cut him off or tell him that he was wrong or you're part of this whole scheme, he would like like covered his paper, right? He constantly had like how like you were like covering your answers so that the guy to your left and right in middle school wouldn't cheat off of you because you knew you were smarter than them, um, or that you knew that you wanted them to fail. He was doing that during the whole thing. They'd ask him a question, he'd start to ramble on. They would just cut him off, and he would just like write something really small on his piece of paper. So he's got like a little psychological tell. I know what he's doing. He's scribbling. Okay. He's scribbling. It's like pausing for effect. It looks like he's writing something, but he didn't write any words during this whole thing. It's kind of interesting to see it happen. What? Oh, there we go. There's the AI crap. There's the AI crap right there. It's just showing up. What do we got here? Something isn't right. Angelina Jolie caught making strange hand movements on camera. Yeah, what? That's weird. All right, yes. Yesterday, Trump showed photos of criminal immigrants that ICE caught in Minnesota. Local paper investigated case by case. Almost everything was deception or outright lies. Yeah, but let's go check out Ernesto. Let's see what Ernesto. Okay, not even doesn't reflect employer. It's yeah, he's a nobody. He's a no. He's got 120,000 followers, right? But he's a nobody. These professional naysayers are ridiculous. Oh my God, I know. I'm not doing much. I'm not watching that. Where are we at here? All right. So this was the story right here. So this is Jasmine Crockett. She's basically, if you know any of the Crockett's, then she is a she is a disgrace to the Crockett name. That's not a joke. But she says, I'm aware of reports that this precious 5-year old who was kidnapped by ICE as he returned home from preschool in Minneapolis may be in San Antonio, Texas. Interesting. Okay. I will be visiting the detention center in San Antonio next week to conduct oversight and will demand. Demand. What's she going to be demanding for? Will be demand answers to the whereabouts of and the well-being of this kid. If it were up to me, okay, at this point we're done talking. Everything these wackos are doing, they're doing from inside their offices or on the floor or on the grounds of either the Senate or the House because they know that they can say anything that they want to say and nobody can come after them legally. It's pretty freaking sad. It's pretty sad. When you catch them out in the open, they got nothing to say because they know that they're full of crap. So the true story behind this little boy is that his parents, when I showed up, his parents abandoned him and ran off. The kid runs down the street because he knows where he lives to the house. I just followed him. And then they arrested him. I'm really very surprised they haven't said that ICE, separates families. They're separating. We got to reload the chat here. It says we ran out of something here. Um, you know, it's crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, Deanna, you're spot on. You're spot on. What I'm looking for here, what am I looking? Okay, that's not for this. Anyway, um, I'm trying to find Ghost. I don't know what that crap is. It's almost scary to even scroll. What is that? That's drone stuff. Oh yeah, that's gonna be. We're not gonna watch that because that is just me. No, yeah, we're not gonna watch that. I know what that is. Those wires out there are contact wires for it. They go boom. Let's see here. Trump is going to demoralize Somalis. Letter to ICE from Bernalillo County District Attorney Sam Bregman. Uh, oh, it's actually from his. Let's see. Criminal case is responsible for prosecuting. Okay, so it's actually from him. Can we read this? Is this even readable? Let me. Is there like they really need a zoom on here? But their zooms they're awful. All right, so a right to express my deep concern about ICE proceedings and operations across the country. Well, why is this? Why? What do you care about the country? Stick to your county, moron. Videos and the accompanying reporting raise significant questions about ICE willingness and ability to comply with constitutional limitations while performing their duties. We're just going to stop there. Okay, it's called the Supremacy Clause, moron. I guess you failed frickin' law school. I don't know how you're a prosecuting district attorney. It's called the Supremacy Clause. They are federal agents. They are sworn law enforcement officers, just like your local PD, just like your county sheriffs, just like your state police departments. So, have a Coke and a smile. Kids, cover your ears and shut the fuck up. This is all, you know, begun. It's all crazy. And this is so big. I'm trying to find the stuff that I was actually like looking at this morning. This is what's happened. This is the crap from the last hour. Not a joke. Not a joke. Where are we at here? Trying to, what is this? Total chaos broke out. This is from 16 hours ago. Don't care. Cannot believe this. Okay, so there's one right here. Okay, so his name is Michael Fanoni. Fanoni? Yeah. Raise your hand if you think former DC officer Mike Fanoni. Why is he in uniform? Did you know that while he was wearing that uniform, that he wasn't a police officer anymore? I guess that maybe there's some kind of regulation that says that he's allowed to do that. Kind of like there are military regulations that allow even me to wear my Marine uniform if I want to. Okay. But it's got to be in the appropriate setting. It's got the appropriate attire for that setting. And the biggest thing is I have to be within standards. Okay. Well, that beard is not within DC, okay, police standards. So I don't know what he was doing. I don't know what he thought he was doing, whatever it may be. And if you guys can still hear me, give me a 5x5 because the stream says that it's doing weird things right now. I don't know what it is, but if you could cover me on that one, that would be great. This guy's a joke. This guy's not. This is the shit that he pulled yesterday. Okay, this is a guy, and I get you. And this guy is kind of like one of those in your face type reporters. Um, but he's also somebody that was very close to the vice president when he was the vice president. But not the current vice president, the last vice president. But let me see. You should be able to get some sound off of this. Um, so he's trying to talk to him, he's trying to shake his hands, and he recognizes who he is, and he's like, "Oh, come on, man," And then he starts talking to him, and the guy just like, "I'm gonna shut up." You probably hear him better than you hear me.
Every single time I communicate with you, I am always professional with you. And it requires other people to contain their Tourette's syndrome. Okay? I'll have her. Why are you so spasmodic? Absolutely. Look behind you. Why should I? I'm communicating with you. Right? Look at your face and
Trust me, I'm using a lot of
See the big guy? That's his security. He knows he's got to do something, even though this is his boss. He knows he's got to do something. He knows
Mr. Chairman,
what's going down is absolutely. All right, and so I'm sure we'll come across at some point the actual picture. Oh yeah, this is the guy that got arrested. Yeah. Where are we at here? Talk, 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 talk. No, go the fuck away. All right, let's see here. If I want you to refuse illegal orders. Oh yeah, I love these. Just in, Tucson veteran support Senator Mark Kelly with billboard encouraging troops to refuse illegals. Yeah, have you noticed that Mark Kelly's gone completely silent on this? See, here's the problem. Here's the problem. And a lot of people don't know this, right? People who are retired from the military who are collecting a pension for their service are still subject to the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And they can actually be called back to active duty to face charges. So Mark Kelly is 100% on video guilty of several violations of the Uniform Code of Military Justice. And he was an 06. He was a Navy captain, the equivalent to a Marine or Army colonel, right? This guy, he was at command level, right? And he's out there saying things against the Constitution, against the commander and chief. So he could literally be called back. All right. He's already been censured by the Secretary of Defense. Basically, this is that was your shot across the bow. Time to shut your mouth and quit violating UCMJ. All right. Um, but and he's gone quiet since then. He's gone quiet since because he knows that he could literally be pulled back to active duty. He could be charged under the UCMJ, and that would require a courts martial, all right, or a court martial, all right. And in that court martial, everything that he said would be brought to and a board of his peers. Okay, that would be everything from a full bird colonel or an 06 all the way down to an enlisted E8. Okay, would judge him on the facts, and he would probably be administratively reduced to second lieutenant, and his actual pension could be completely withdrawn from him. All right. So all these people that are screaming about, illegal orders, they're going to find themselves in swimming in a soup that they don't want to be in. All right, let's see here. What else? I really do want to find. Here we go. The Nazi guy. This guy's crazy. A Tony. Oh my God! Really? Is this real? Proud graduate of the Quality Learning Center. Attorney General Jay Jones. That's the guy who just became the Attorney General of the state of Virginia. Today, I took decisive action to stop Donald Trump's attacks on Virginia in state tuition law. Attorney General. These are the people that were like they're just so arrogant, and they hire the most arrogant people to do these jobs, and they're just so gleeful that they finally got power. And by the way, guys, Virginia's going. I'll probably be moving out of Virginia in the next few months because Virginia is going to get so bad. It's going to get so bad. There was 10 executive orders on the first day, and these executive orders either rescinded operate or cooperating with federal officials on immigration, or they created task forces to examine things that will just cost millions of dollars and nothing will happen, or they literally just went down the road and said, oh, by the way, if you're an Uber driver, we're going to raise taxes. If you want to use an Uber, we're going to raise taxes on that. If you want to do Amazon, we're going to raise taxes on that. If you own a leaf blower that's not electric, we're going to tax you on that. They're in the process of trying to create 3 brand new income brackets for these people that make over $600,000 or more that will do absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's crazy. So and then there's the gun debate. It's like they're in the process. They actually have it's either 7. I'm trying to remember. Watched one video, read one article, watched another video. It's somewhere between 7 and 12 gun pieces of gun legislation that they pre-filed on the first day, or I'm sorry, the day before our brand new governor, who is basically she's showing her colors. And I hate to say it, but I watched her during what was it, yesterday afternoon. They declared Virginia to be in a state of emergency. She got up, she talked a lot of stuff from the podium, and then everybody else started talking behind her. But every time somebody would ask her a question, she just seemed like, I don't want to be here. She's going to try. So basically, if you guys don't know that she's the new Hillary. Okay. I don't need to talk to you. You're not worth my time. Your questions are stupid. I don't want to answer your questions. But she's got to put on this face. You know what I'm saying? With her first action as the governor is to establish a state of emergency due to weather. She was not prepared for this. Free state tuition. I saw that. but I don't remember reading about it. I don't remember. I saw that was in one of the videos. Um, let's see here. Being Navy, he would actually be reduced to ensign being Navy. No, you're right, Ian. But an O6 cannot be reduced to an O1. He has to be reduced to an O2 because only O2s can retire. All right, which is why ensigns are actually promoted when they medically retire an ensign. They promote him to lieutenant, or I'm sorry, Lieutenant JG, and then they retire them. But yes, you're half right. You're half right, Ian. All right, let's see here. What do we got here? We've got about 5 more minutes. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, let me know in the chat, and I will be happy to gab for another 5 minutes. If not, I will shut this thing down. For those of you that coughed up the dollarinos, the dollarino. I'm gonna put that over here. For those of you that have coughed up the dollarinos in order to get the Grand Poobah preparedness to show his face. I appreciate you. I'll be able to feed my cats for a week now. Love you guys. Love you guys. But yeah, let's see here. I don't want to start another goal. I want to look at the chat. Look at the chat. Let's see here. Rose says, being fined for non-use of electric items is another nonsensical rule. If we would all plug in and go electric, how soon till the grid goes down? The grid needs all the hell. Yeah, it's absolutely true, Ru. I hate to say it, but that's just these attacks. Okay, so you you're going to tax me for using a gas leaf blower. Who does that affect? Those on the left will tell you that that affects the rich because only the rich could afford a landscaper. That is not true whatsoever. Almost all businesses use landscapers. Anybody that has any property where they just it's just too big, or they don't have time, or maybe they're physically unable to take care of the property, they're going to use a landscaper. Okay, lots of people. Landscapers live off of small jobs. If they can knock out like 3 or 4 jobs in one day, then they get to feed their kids. You know what I'm saying? Landscapers don't live off of gigantic, jobs. Landscapers also live off of like working for industrial organizations. Like I wonder who mows the grass underneath the solar panels. Not your mom, that's for sure. Landscapers do. This is petty. It's childish. This is a way. This is the Obama bullshit, is what this is. Where they're just try to like, where can we get 37 cents from? Yeah. The landscapers. We need $1. Oh man, let's go after Uber drivers. Yes, that's what we'll do. They won't see it coming. They'll never notice it. They just keep going after all the people and the tools that people use to survive, economically with. You remember when they tried to steal your propane stoves in your kitchens? You remember that crap? I mean, come on. It's freaking childish. That they never have the solution to the problem. They just create the problems. It's so mind blowing. Insurrection Act. What about it? Oh, you want me to talk about the Insurrection Act? It could be coming. It could be coming. I wouldn't read any martial law into it because that's only been done one time in U.S. history. Um, no, actually, it's done. I think it's like 6 times in U.S. history. The last time martial law was used was during the riots in L.A. I think it was like 84. Um, no, it was 84 or 91. I can't remember. But yeah, that was the last time it was actually used, and that was very, very different. There's no real need for martial law right now. And as far as using the Insurrection Act, well, if what these mayors and governors are doing is they're going to push it right to the line. Okay. If you remember, they were talking about mobilizing the Minnesota National Guard. That was like, okay, so that was actually like on paper. Um, but The problem is they only did that so that they could stay underneath the requirements of the Insurrection Act. And the base requirement is that if if states, counties, municipalities do not have the ability or do not want to control their citizens to maintain good order, peace, discipline, then the Insurrect Act applies. If they do, okay, then the Insurrection Act does not apply. So it's actually kind of a crafty game that Captain Red Tie played, where he basically said, well, I'm thinking about doing it. And if you know him, he's like, he doesn't think about doing stuff. He does stuff. If he talks about it, he's going to do it. Lefties are figuring this out, thank God. If you guys notice all the craziness that was going on in front of that federal building in Minneapolis, um, that has all ceased. It's all ceased, right? Because they said that they were going to mobilize the National Guard, and then a court order came down saying that that ICE could not use uh, less than lethal, non-lethal tear gas, stuff like that, right, against people unless they were impeding their movement or the ability to do their job. So all of the protests have moved out of the middle of the freaking street, right? And they're all up on the sidewalk across the road. Okay. And so now they're actually doing what they're actually, so they're not riots anymore. They're just protests, which is, it's cool. It's American, right? We do that. We protest stuff. Um, but yeah, there's going to be some that they're going to screw, they're going to FAFO. And that actually happened. I think was it yesterday or day before yesterday? There were some stupid people that got stupid. Yeah, it was a bad day for them. They got to, see some CS grenades thrown at them and pepper balls and things like that. Things were not good for them. They stepped over the line, for. Lack of better words. I got my lightning funnel. There you go. It was used here in 2020. That's right. That's right. But your people, Trudeau went the nutbags in your government up there, Alan, went way overboard, way overboard. And if you weren't 100% socialist country by now, all of those people would probably be in jail, but they're too busy, watching each other's backs. Cali can't charge their vehicles and run AC already. I believe it. I believe it. You know what? Hey, fishing guy. So I keep hearing about these. Was it 49 or 59,000 Chinese electric vehicles that are going to be flooding into the Canadian market? I mean, there's going to be issues with power. We'll always have issues with power when you have that kind of flood of electronic vehicles. Um, but how do you think they're going to work in the winter? That's a question. And from province to province, because some are worse than others. My guess is that they're all going to be like over there on your west coast. That's where I think they'll start their foothold. But if you guys didn't know this, EVs don't really like extreme cold weather. It's crazy. West Virginia Pappy, absolutely right. Let's see. West Virginia Pappy says states where federal governments to stay out of state that hold include federal funds. Yeah, and that's good. Big junkyards coming. Absolutely, 100% agreed. 100% agreed. But you know what? You know, we've gotten away from so many things that are just kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? There was a time, and it's like yesterday, we're out driving around. Finally got the girlfriend out of the house. She was very happy, and then she got home and looked. Anyway, um, we were traditionally you have these. It's like a sprayer kit that you can just like drop into the back of a dump truck that's got a plow on it, right? And then you use that to slurry your road, to spray slurry, right? So yesterday we were coming home and I saw a a large heavy duty industrial truck that had a scorpion on the back of it. If you don't know what that is, that's like a drive into you kind of thing. And it was uh, uh, it was just a cargo truck, right? And then about 300 yards ahead of that, there was this dedicated industrial heavy duty slurry vehicle. No plow on it. It looked like it was brand new. But it's got these giant large tanks on it to spray the slurry on the road, right? So I'm thinking to myself, what in the hell happened? We used to like, okay, guys, the same trucks that we use every single day, let's get ready for the storm. We're going to put the plow on the front of it. We're going to drop the slurry, sprayer in the back, and we're going to go do this thing. One frickin' truck, right? No, now we're doing it with two trucks that aren't even plow vehicles. There was a time when like these municipalities, like if the vehicle was meant to be used for emergency services, that it actually had like winter tires on it. Okay, it's winter time, put the winter tires on it. You know what I'm saying? That stuff doesn't happen anymore. It's so ridiculous, some of the stuff that I'm seeing makes no sense whatsoever. All right, we don't have enough time to talk about this. You're absolutely correct. I'm right. I'm absolutely correct. Okay, guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, hold on 1 second here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I need you guys to rub my head and tell me everything's going to be okay. But yeah, I keep making these videos that you guys keep asking for, and yeah, you're not watching them. You're not watching them. So here's what you're going to do. Here's your homework. I'll put it in the chat. When we're done here, I want you to go watch this damn video. Okay? It just got released to your world because of the weather. So just kind of expect it. Hell, I might even do it, but you won't hear me talking about it. Yeah, it's cold. Let's talk about something else. All right, stay safe. Have a great weekend, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye-bye. Boop. Where's the button at? Andy. Bye.